All right, Travis, the second track on the album, a tribute to your favorite television show, I know. It's called Walking Dead. No, it's not The Walking Dead. It's called Walking
Right.
Dead. Very clever track, clever idea. Tell me about the genesis of this track.
All right. So this track came to me just kind of my the youth pastor or student pastor at our church had given me a book. I've heard of the book, and it's called Dangerous Prayers by Craig Rochelle. And it was the idea. Again, the book wasn't anything. It didn't reveal a lot like that I was missing out on in my life or something like that. But the thought of dangerous, the life we're supposed to live if we're living for the Lord, being dangerous, is a great way to put it. I love that. So that's kind of how the chorus of this song, which is it's an awkward chorus. The first chorus is just music. Second chorus kind of just comes in quietly, then takes it up hot, and then the last chorus is just it's all up there. So, but the life I want to live is dangerous. That's true. If we want to stand out, and we want to live the right way. Our life should not look like the rest of the world. It should be kind of dangerous, whether it's political or at work or in your relationship, whatever. It's going to be a dangerous line that you got to walk to keep this straight and narrow. So, just talking about that, just kind of the rest of the song is just about, I don't want to just talk the talk. I want to walk the walk. I don't want to be the Walking Dead. I don't want to be a zombie who says one thing and just lives like another. So it just kind of came to me quickly, really, really quickly, actually. This song was written in, less than 25, 30 minutes. So,
Dang, wow, that's a fun feeling to just have it like
yeah,
pumping
to
out of
crank
you
it out. Yeah.
like that.
And I was actually playing, it's in the key of A or G sharp, which is what I was actually playing around with the chords for 3 a.m., which I play it by my instruments. I play at all
Aha.
my concerts almost, except the last one. So I was just playing around with that, and that's kind of came up with the little riff in it, and didn't want to copy it, but went
Yeah.
to something similar. And then the bridge actually, when I originally wrote, or the chorus when I originally wrote it, when I sent it to Steven, he's like, "Man, that sounds like It sounds like Crash by Dave Matthews," because in a stripped away version it does, and but it's some extra chords I've never played. Like, it doesn't really fit the song, but it fits the song, like if you know music theory. So it's some different chords, but anyway, it was a lot of fun to write and figure out just not the same chord for 4 or 5 chord structure I usually use. So it was fun.
Yeah, I mean that fits kind of the description I gave you when I was texting you my initial reaction.
Yeah.
I said gives me some '90s vibes in a
Yes.
good way,
Hmm.
and that I said it sort of before. This one especially, this feels like windows down, cruising down the road, listening to this sort of song. I love that vibe to it, and I really think if you were to sum really this whole EP and kind of your whole mission statement behind your music, it would be that line that the life I want to live is dangerous. So I think that's my favorite verse and line that stuck out to me on the whole album.
Awesome.
Really threads the needle there through that whole song. So
Well,
so
that's funny. I was gonna actually call this album like something like Dangerous or something, but like
yeah,
I'm not a fan of title tracks on an album. They like, oh,
okay,
this album is called Climate Change, because that puts too much, to me. It puts too much emphasis on one song. I want it to
yeah.
be about the theme that runs through the whole album. And so, but I was really like close to putting Dangerous, which is, I know it's just a snippet of a lyric, but I was like, I don't even want to go there. I want to just pick something that's kind of sums up the whole idea. But yeah, it's funny because I really struggled with like, should I call this Dangerous or something, or like, living dangerous or something like that. So, but anyway, so yeah.
And that's something that I know is always important to you is just the whole package. I know it's just 4 songs, but I know you put a lot of
Yeah.
thought into the sequencing of it,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of lost a lot of times
Yeah.
these days in our streaming era. But I appreciate that you still adhere to that. Tell me what Steven brought to this song and how it changed from what you initially brought to what he added onto it.
Yeah. So I initially, and again, and I don't give him much, like, I don't want to skew him in a way or lead him toward a direction of, hey, this song has to sound like this artist. But we typically go back to the 90s with my stuff. It sounds a lot very 90s because that's how, I grew up on, and Steven he's older than me, but he did grow up on that kind of stuff too. But anyway, so this song, he initially said that chorus sounds like Dave Matthews. I was expecting something a little more acoustic driven and less having heavy guitars, but I had no expectation. But I love what he did with it, and to me, it sounds like This is funny. It sounds like Toad the Wet Sprocket. Like this song to me sounds like it could have been on Toad the Wet. Like I'm not putting myself on that level. I'm just saying like what the feeling.
I think you can put yourself.
I'm telling you. Listen to Toad the Wet Sprocket, and then listen to this, and it's the same vibe. It's got that same vibe about it. So he just brought a new life, and he took it to a place I didn't even think it could go, and I just love that, and I love it, and it's great.
All right, folks, take the Toad the Wet Sprocket challenge. Listen to them, listen to Walking Dead, and then listen to the next track on the album. That'll be our next video coming up. We're going to be talking about Someone to Help on our next video.